Hi, all you lovely kings, queens, and in-betweens, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Elaine, and today I'm joined by Jeremy.
Hello.
Today, we're going to be unboxing this Doomlings Imaginary Ends expansion. It's an expansion that requires the base game to play, and it adds 5 new variety expansions. They are Deeplings, Moonlings, Glitterlings, Fuselings, and Magical Merchants. The clock is ticking, even from the deep reaches of sea and space, the moons of Endaros, and the land of make-believe. There's no pretending the world isn't ending. I mean, I think they told us that loud and clear in the first game. The base, it's a game for the end of the world, and now we're just expanding on the end of the world.
We're just adding extra, more imaginary creatures to the end of the world. So we're going to open it up and see where we're at. Fuselings.
I'm not going to lie, there was a part of me that expected after hearing each segment at the back of the box that they'd be like little TCG packs, and it's like, this one's the Fuselings, and this one's the Glitterings, but it's just 2 little packs.
2 decks. So these are ages. Are these all ages?
I guess we'll have to open up and find out.
Oh, it's a lot of ages.
Many much ages.
Where is the open tab?
We can see the indent for the open tab. Our fingers cannot find the indent for the open tab, but we are searching, and we will find it. And we open this pack for you. So you don't have to. I feel like you have to add the you don't have to, or it's not legit.
Yes. I genuinely can't find the open tab, but
I'll work on this one while Jeremy does that one.
so on the front here it says sunshine and tea parties.
I do like a good tea party.
That's a nice fancy one. Very shiny. Draw one or reveal it to your friends. Thank you for purchasing Imaginary Ends Variety Expansion. Saying it contains 5 collections. And then there's some information about the website on the back. There's a new mechanic here. Deeplings introduce suppress. Suppress effects help you grow your power with smaller trait piles. Suppressed cards hide face down in your trait pile. They're worth +1 point each, but they do not count as traits. This complete set of rules on the back of this card explains suppress. So here are, do they have them separated by type? Yeah, so these would be the deeplings. Oh yeah, see it has this little symbol up there. And I guess they have them separated like this. Let me see if I can just go through all the deeplings. So this wasn't all ages, which I think is good.
Spoilers.
And here's some ages. There's moonlings, which explain that moonlings are oddballs. They give a lot away and really shine with low gene pools. Just make sure you're familiar with the classic game before shuffling these weirdos into the trait deck. So then we have our moonlings. Right here. And we have another age. Glitterlings. Glitterlings have no opponents, only friends. Isn't that nice? We think it's nice. A word of advice. These sparkly balls are all about chance. So when you play them, we suggest you close your eyes and hope for the best. So they're just designed to be like super random. So I'll put these above where they are.
I have Fuselings, 9 times trait and 1 dominant, 2 ages and 1 catastrophe. Fuselings are mishmashed medleys of deeplings, moonlings, and glitterlings. The Fuselings can help you get bigger bonuses from drop of life effects and trigger new combos. Here's remarkable, effervescent, and a bunch of other cuties like scintillant, which is like a mermaid, so I love it. Oh, there's also Mimsy for all of you people who grew up with Mimsy, like me.
These, so you get ages with each of them. So sunshine and tea parties, I guess, was a glitterling one. Too much pink is a catastrophe. Glitter storm.
I have Age of Reverie. Suppress 1 random card from hand and then pass 1 left. Unusual friends. Isolation's a catastrophe. Magical Merchants is another one of the expansion. Swindlers peddling spectacular in, quotes, wares have set up shop in certain corners across Enderos. The Magical Merchants expansion adds a new layer of strategy to a game of Doomlings. You can now collect points by fulfilling objectives and pocketing these trinkets. Buyer beware, the trinket powers might not be as useful as promised. You'll want to be comfortable playing the classic game before meeting these hornswogglers. That is not an easy word to say.
Hornswogglers.
So you have things like toddles, another toddles. Are they all just toddles? Maybe they're all just toddles. Oh, nope, there's Fowler. So there's more.
They're different effects.
Hawk. Yeah, and they all have different things. Bon. There's a collector's camp. Spyglass, tiny house, treasure goggles. Oh, look how cute. Unicorn horn. That's the best. It's just a traffic cone. We're just going to go through these. They have a lot more items. And then things like the glass hammer, glitter pouch, harmonic seashell. So they seem to correspond also to the other expansions, having items that are more reminiscent of the themes in the other expansion or aspects of the expansion. Because it's all one big expansion broken into 5 little expansions, but they're really just one.
Yeah.
But in a good way. Tome of Hidden Knowledge, unlabeled vial. That's sketchy.
They seem like they have
crackle ore.
Very interesting effects. Like at Worlds for Ethereal, it's a dominant trait. In the Deeplings is at World's End. If you hold 6 or fewer cards at the end of your turn, you may suppress one of your hand instead of stabilizing. If this effect empties your hand, draw 2. At World's End, choose a color, suppress all traits of that color in your traits pile. -2 for each color in your traits pile. So these are interesting. Like suppressing, when they're saying like suppress a card from your hand or suppress a card from the deck or whatever, it makes it feel like what's it called? Disguise or morph from Magic, where you can play them onto the board face down. And that's kind of interesting that it's another kind of like TCG mechanic. There's also, what's the other version? Manifest is like that too. You manifest the top card of your deck and you put it onto the thing, and it is now a colorless creature 2/2 with whatever. And that's kind of cool. They're working in extra mechanics that I wouldn't have even thought that they would work in. It seems like this is probably going to be something we're going to have to play a decent bit with before we can really comment on it. But I'm really excited to see. That's a cool one. I'm really excited to see how these affect the game, because they have pretty drastic effects. I also really like the art on these.
I would agree. I think the art continues to be awesome. Fun, whimsical, really colorful, bright. The cards are easy to read on good cardstock. And I'm really excited to see how the Magical Merchants play in, because I feel like they're adding new mechanics with the different types of traits and slightly new mechanics with the ages, but we've already experienced traits and ages before, whereas this is entirely new. Now we have objectives. We've never had objectives before. So I'm really excited to see how that affects the game overall, especially when you start to add in these new mechanics that might adjust how the engine building works in the overall game.
Yeah, definitely. I think adding a new mechanic to the game entirely is a really cool thing to see, and that they're willing to really expand on the formula. So I want to see more of that going forward, and we're going to try these out, and then we'll be able to give you guys a review once we get a chance to, play it a lot. And we'll just mix these into our traits that we already have, which makes it easy to just try these out, because we go through the trait pile pretty effectively when we play. Do. So we'll probably hit a good chunk of them. So any other thoughts?
Nope. I'm excited to play.
So am I. And from just looking at it, I think this is probably worthwhile going to pick up. But we'll let you know definitely after we get a chance to review it. So like the video if you like it. Comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on Doomlings. Are you an early backer? Or are you someone who's just thinking about getting into it now? Have you played Imaginary Ends? How does it affect the game? Let us know. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this content going forward, and ring that bell so you know what's up. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye, guys.